Hi everyone, it's Jeanette here from the Sewing Studio and welcome to Christmas in July. Yes, I've said it, that Christmas word already. Now this is the time of year when we begin to think about making some Christmas projects, or some of us do anyway. The new fabric lines are beginning to come out and I always think every year I'm going to get ahead and get some projects done, and I don't always do as much as I would like. However, this time I was given a little challenge here to come up with a project that uses a little mini charm. So these are little packs of 2.5-inch squares. Now this one is by Moda, so you get 42. Other fabric manufacturers will do them, but you might get 40. Sometimes it's between 42, but Moda you tend to get 42 in all their pre-cut packs. So this particular snowflake block that we're going to do uses 40 of those squares. So if you have got a pack that just uses 40, you're still going to be able to do this. So there's not going to be a huge amount of sewing because this is more about the layout and laying it all out, and fairly easy and straightforward sewing. Now, sorry, I should also say the fabric line I'm using is called Gingerbread Lane by, I don't know if that's Keely or Kylie, I would probably say Kylie, Kylie's Quilt Room. So we went with the gingerbread theme on this and sort of stuck with the gingerbread colour. So the lovely Blake used his technical wizardry on my scribbles and has made a little downloadable PDF for you all that gives you the measurements and the layout of the 2.5-inch squares to get that snowflake design. And then on the second page, we've got what you need for each row and then also what the total cuts are. So you can sort of do all your cutting ahead of time. And with that and your mini charm, you should be good. Now I used 0.5 metre for the background, so 20 inches basically for those that work in sort of yardage, and that was sufficient to do all of the background in this. And this is a Moda Bella Solid in the colour tan. And then your mini charm, and then I also use, which actually isn't in the downloadable because that's just really just for the front of it, I used 3/4 metre, and that was enough for the back and also for the binding. And the fabric I've used here is, it's another Moda one, it's called Old World Yuletide, and the colourway is Speckled Sky in Mushroom, but we went with that gingerbread colour on that as well, and I wanted something slightly darker for the binding to just frame it a little bit more. So as I said, this is all about layout, and I literally just worked row by row with the layouts. I laid out all my charm squares, so we're going to do that together. I'll perhaps lay out the centre row. But one thing I will just say on the layout is to give it a little bit more of the snowflake symmetrical design. I did have a little think about colour placements. So if you have a look at here in these little rows of 3, they all use the same colourway of fabric. So I've got a light green, a light and a dark green. And I've got that on all of those 3 all the way around, and that just helps to spread the colours out and give it a little bit of symmetry. Also here in these 4 corners I put the greens just to make it look a bit balanced. I didn't want everything where all the greens were going to be in one colour and it would look a little bit odd and a little bit off balance. So have a look through your particular mini charm or your 2.5-inch squares and just have a think about sort of placing the colours. So I laid it all out first and then I just sewed through row by row. So let's just quickly have a look at that. Now the centre row, let's just open this one. I'm just going to lay that one out. The others should be, I'm just going to rip into that one. So I'm going to lay it out very similar to what I've done there. So I'm just going to choose I'm just going to move that across because this is going to take a little bit of room. Burgundy, and then from the charm square I just chose one of the lights. Let's just use the first one I come to, and then we've got a tan colour. Let's grab that one. And all I really checked was that something with the same sort of colour and print wasn't right next to each other. But apart from that, you can just sort of lay them out. So I'm just following either that or my diagram here. So we're doing this row. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the next one on mine, I did another light one. Now some of these fabrics are directional, but I didn't really worry about that too much either. And then right in the centre, I've got a 2.5-inch square of background. Now, if you've got a mini charm, you've got 42 squares, so you could use one of your others from there instead of having a plain one in the centre. That's entirely up to you. And then we're going to go the other way in the opposite colour order. So I'm going to go light, I'm going to go burgundy, I'm going to do that dark gingerbread colour, another light, and then I'm going to end with another. So that's my centre row. So if we have a look here under all my scrappy 2.5 inch squares, that's F, row F here, this centre one that I've laid out. But you can just start, lay it all out ahead of time, and then just sew it row by row. So let's just take a few of these to the machine and sew, just so that you can see that. Now I tend to sew in pairs, and then I join those pairs together, and I tend to do right on to left. But if you're not sure, if you think you might get things sort of turned around a little bit, take a photograph. And then let's just do three pairs. Take a photograph, because you can always refer back to your photograph once you've got everything laid out. So let's just take those 3 to the machine, and we'll just sew them, just so that you can see how I do that. And I tend to chain piece, so I'm not breaking the thread in between. So at home I had these all laid out next to me, so I could literally just grab my pairs and just put them through. So now I've got these 2 pairs, and I know these 2 go together. So whilst I've still got something under the needle, I can open these out and just carry on sewing. So that's just the principle of chain piecing things through, and because we've got lots of bits there, we can just keep going. I go along sort of a row at a time and do that, so you can begin to see there, that's beginning to come together. Now the other top tip I do is I keep taking it back and sort of laying it back out, just to make sure that I haven't got, you know, sort of anything turned around the wrong way. But just follow the layout. Now you could use all 2.5 inch squares for this, but who has the time to do that much piecing? So that's where these sort of longer strips come in. So for example, for this row A, it uses 2 10.5 inch strips. So let's just quickly cut those. Let's just slide that mat out of the way a minute. So you can do all your cutting ahead of time, or you can sort of cut row by row as you go, entirely up to you. Let's just square that off a little bit. So if I was doing that first row, I've got a 10.5 inch strip, I've got 2.5 inch square, and then another 2.5 inch strip. So with that layout diagram, that's sort of your key for sort of setting everything out. So I think I cut all my background pieces out first, which is where, you know, your total cuts chart at the bottom there comes into. So that's all background. And then once I'd sewed all of those rows together, the other thing I've just done, let me just bring this in without waving all of that fabric all over the place, is I've just added a 1.5 inch strip to each of the 4 sides. And that's because I just wanted that snowflake just to float a little bit more, not to come right all the way out to the binding. So that's a really nice, quick, simple project, definitely something you could do in a weekend. Just a little word on the quilting. I just did straight line quilting. So, and I've spaced them, I think they're about 1/2 inch apart all the way along. So even if you haven't got sort of advanced sort of quilting skills, straight lines, I draw, actually I didn't draw a line, I measured off the middle seam 1/4 inch either side, and then I just went from there, and I just used my quilting guide, which is just this sort of little metal bit that goes into the side of the foot to get your spacing consistently. So it finishes at 24 inches square, so it would also make a nice large cushion. I'm probably going to use this as a mini wall hanging or maybe a table topper, but definitely, like I say, it's something you can do in a weekend. So I hope you enjoyed this project for using your little mini charms or your 2.5 inch squares, and I hope you'll join us again here next time in the sewing studio.